Here's former Warriors guard Jordan Poole at the top, eyes locked in. Draymond sees him, knows exactly what's coming, a quick catch and shoot from deep. He lunges forward, desperate to stop it, but Poole's release is lightning fast, and before Draymond can even get a hand up, the ball's already sailing through the air. Splash! Right in Draymond's face. A cold-blooded three. But it wasn't the shot that set the stage. It was what happened right after that lit the fuse on the drama. Jordan Poole will never forget the day Draymond Green knocked him out cold. And in today's video, we're breaking down the intense showdown when Draymond and the Warriors visited their former teammate JP3 at Capital One Arena on November 4th. This was no ordinary game. It was filled with tension, rivalry, and drama that went far beyond basketball. So, if you're not familiar with the story, Jordan Poole and Draymond Green used to be more than just teammates. They were friends. And when I say friends, I mean... Draymond was one of Poole's vets. By the time Poole joined the Warriors, Draymond had already been with the team for nearly a decade, won 3 championships, and established himself as the team's defensive anchor. As a seasoned vet, Draymond took Poole under his wing, showing him the ropes. In 2022, they even won a championship together, and their bond seemed stronger than ever. Or so we thought. According to reports, Poole's ego was also on the rise. You see, during that 2022 championship run, Poole wasn't just another player on the bench. Among all the Warriors' high scorers, averaging double figures, he was the most efficient. Like Curry, he had a knock for electrifying the crowd, proving that he was anything but a nobody.
Launches.
At just 22, Poole had become a key piece in an NBA championship team, secured a $100 million contract, and was even rumored to be linked with Ice Spice. In his mind, he was on top of the world and invincible. But things took a turn when Poole threw a jab at Draymond during a Warriors practice, calling him an expensive backpack for number 30. We all know what happened next. The fallout was messy. Draymond faced a suspension and even took to his podcast to try and smooth things over, but Poole never really forgave him. One thing led to another, and before long, Jordan Poole found himself traded to the Wizards, and unfortunately became the league's newest punchline. The Warriors paid him a visit once in the 2024 season and sent him straight to the Shadow Realm. But the reality was, in 2024, just about everyone was sending him there. In 2025, though, the NBA is witnessing a whole new Jordan Poole. Through his first 5 games, the Poole party has been everything fans hoped for, a certified bucket.
Outsar skies for the rebound. Oh, nice. Poole with a crossover in transition, high off the window.
22 points, shooting 46% from the field, 51% from 3, and an automatic at the free throw line. On top of that, he just secured back-to-back wins over Trae Young and the Atlanta Hawks, and beyond the stats, Poole's been stepping up as a leader like never before. Poole has leveled up, and in his 6th game of the season, he got the perfect chance to prove it, on his home court, facing off against his former team, and of course, his old friend. Early in the game, Draymond got the ball on the block, and Poole darted over, reaching in to try and strip it away. My heart was pounding, wondering if this would spark anything, but it was still too early for the fireworks. Poole simply found himself in a familiar situation.
Left off. Jordan Poole knows all about that.
Soon after, however, Poole was hit with something unfamiliar. A look from the Warriors he definitely didn't recognize.
Shy about getting up and down, and Trace Jackson Davis.
Not long after that, Poole tried to make a statement of his own, but the outcome wasn't quite what he'd envisioned. Meanwhile, Draymond and the Warriors were turning Poole's home court into their own personal playground.
Play D. And perfectly executed lob.
Later in the first quarter, things started to get personal between the former teammates. Draymond lunged at Poole as he attempted a three, with the shot nearly wedging in the rim. As they jogged back down the court, it was clear a few choice words had been exchanged, because on the very next play, Draymond tried to post up on Poole, but Poole shoved him in the back as if to say, "Get the f*** out of here." Draymond would have likely knocked him out on the spot if there were no cameras around. But ironically, on that play, Draymond came close to knocking Poole out with his elbow. Then, just a little while later, Poole got his revenge, making Draymond look foolish by intercepting his pass and scoring the easiest bucket of the game. The Warriors had Draymond's back, though, quickly returning the favor and putting Poole in his place. Poole had a solid first quarter, but it was becoming clear that taking down the Warriors would be a whole different challenge compared to beating the Hawks. At the start of the second quarter, Poole was on the bench watching the Warriors do their thing. But the moment he stepped back out of the court, he went right at Draymond, treating him like a practice cone. Draymond wasn't having it though, firing back that he wasn't a free bucket and that they'd have to earn every point against him.
Ooh, that's going to be a foul on Draymond Green.
I love it. See, that's the basketball I'm used to. Two grown men right there in that action.
Poole soon tried to make Draymond look foolish again, anticipating his passes whenever he had the ball, but the Warriors quickly caught on and turned Poole's overconfidence against him, stretching their lead to 13 points and making him eat his own ego. Shortly after, the Warriors, reading Poole like a book, trapped him on the sideline and pressured him into stepping out of bounds.
Draymond has had his fair share of run-ins with Wizards players.
Clearly, the game was proceeding differently than what Poole had probably imagined. To his credit, though, Poole entered the matchup mentally ready, and by this point, it was obvious to the Warriors that this wasn't the 2024 version of him. Sure, he still hit the floor a few times, but he was still getting buckets.
JP, deep. Oh, net! You know where he shot it from.
And he didn't keep it low-key either, draining a three and then pointing straight at Draymond. Just imagine if he had thrown out that line again, "You're just an expensive backpack for number 30. Funny enough, though, right after that moment, Steph and Draymond ran a quick two-man play on the other end, ending in a Steph three, and this time, Draymond pointed right back at Poole. By halftime, the game was within 9 points and still anybody's game. But in the third quarter, the Warriors made it clear who was really in control, putting an end to the Poole party. Take this moment, for instance. Draymond sinks a three, and Poole tries to answer, but ends up throwing up a desperate prayer. Moments later, he cheats off Hield just a bit and pays the price.
And he saw Jordan Poole was just cheating off him and kind of fell asleep.
Meanwhile, Draymond was raining shots and talking all kinds of trash to Poole's rookies, pushing Poole to step in and take matters into his own hands. For Poole, though, the Warriors proved to be too overwhelming.
The Wizards drafting TJD and then letting him go.
Oh, beautiful pass from Curry to Payton. GP2. It's like a hot potato.
The Warriors had him locked down so tightly, he couldn't even get his hands on the ball. But he didn't miss a chance to remind Draymond that there was no love lost between them. Eventually, though, he makes a great move on Draymond, driving straight into his chest and scoring the bucket. But right after that bucket, Steph taught him a lesson. The game doesn't stop. As Poole started yapping on his way back, Steph slipped past everyone, making his way to the rim for an easy score before Poole even realized what happened. It became clear that this was still very much a master-student relationship. Jordan Poole was still Anakin, not yet Darth Vader, while Curry remained Obi-Wan of this matchup. By the fourth quarter, the crowd stepped in to back Poole, showering Draymond with boos.
Been in the league for a long time. Sometimes you need a few more heat packs.
I know I've been saying unfortunately a lot, but unfortunately, even the crowd couldn't help Poole. Draymond baited him into a foul with a sneaky chicken wing, and Poole's obvious retaliation immediately caught the ref's attention, sending Draymond to the line for 2. Poole tried pleading his case, but unfortunately, that only works if you're LeBron James in a Lakers uniform. In the fourth quarter, rookie George caught fire from 3, cutting the lead back to single digits, but the Warriors knew exactly how to respond, by going straight at Poole.
12 in each half. Kyle Anderson!
Poole let his emotions take over and tried to respond, but his play started to get a bit reckless.
Jordan Poole floating it up and over everybody, but
Draymond continued to shoot the lights out while Slow-Mo stuck closely to the game plan. Then came the exclamation mark in Poole's own house. A monster dunk from Trace Jackson Davis set up perfectly by Poole's old friend. In the post-game interview, Draymond had this to say about Jordan.
He's playing better. He's playing a lot better.
After that, he took a page from Paul George's playbook and broke down why Poole struggled last year.
Some of the shots that he was taking last year, they were bad shots. They were bad shots. They were bad shots.
On another note, you know what else was really bad? Dwayne Wade's statue. This might be the worst statue I've seen in a long time. If you want to see a full video on NBA statues gone wrong, click right here where I break down every single one in detail.